Basketball at the 1960 Summer Olympics was the fifth appearance of the sport in Olympic competition. 16 nations were admitted into the Olympic tournament, with many others being eliminated in a pre-Olympic tournament held earlier in the year from 13 to the 20th of August 1960 at the Sports Palace at Bologna. 64 games of basketball were played in the Olympic tournament that was held at the Sports Arena and Sports Palace, both in Rome. The 16 teams were split up into 4 groups for the preliminary round. Each team played every other team in its group once. The top 2 teams in each group advanced to the semi-finals in 2 pools of 4, while the lower 2 teams were sent to a consolation semi-final for 9th through 16th place. In the semi-final, each team again played every other team in its pool, none of which it had played against previously. The top 2 teams in each of the 2 semi-finals moved on to the final, with the lower 2 teams in each playing in a classification for 5th through 8th place. The consolation semi-final worked the same way, with the top 2 teams moving into a classification for 9th through 12th place and the lower 2 playing in classification for 13th through 16th places. For the final, each of the 4 teams had already played against one of the other 3 in the semi-final. The results of those games carried over into the final and each team played the remaining 2 finalists once. The results of that pool determined final ranking. Each of the classifications worked identically to the final. Medalists. Final ranking: United States, Soviet Union, Brazil, Italy, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Poland, Uruguay, Hungary, France, Philippines, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Spain, Japan, Bulgaria. Pre-Olympic qualifier. 5 teams were given a spot in the 1960 Olympic Games via a tournament held on August. Czechoslovakia, Spain, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Poland. Results: Preliminary round. Pool C. Pool D classification 13 to 16. Spain's victory over Japan carried over, as did Puerto Rico's win in Bulgaria's forfeit. France's victory over Mexico and Hungary's over the Philippines carried over. Czechoslovakia's victory over Poland and Yugoslavia's win over Uruguay carried over to this round. Final: the United States' win over the Soviet Union and Brazil's victory over Italy carried over.